Yo, yo, yo. Happy race day. Happy race day. Is rain on the way? We handed a dry race or a wet race? Oh, God. There we go. Got some conversation still going here. Got off to a late start. What's need a breakdown of Homestead? Homestead was awesome. Oh yeah, this is my dining room. Welcome. Office is not set up yet. We just moved in earlier in the week, and my office is basically a construction zone still. So what's going on, Connor? Chase Elliott wins or winless streak ends today. Yeah, maybe. All right, let's get in the poll. I must say, Canadians are pretty nice people. Let's be honest. We all know this. I know that there's mostly Americans on this with a few Canadians. I know Hawkeye Pod, maybe some others are Canadian, but we found when we got back into town, someone left a 6-pack of beer with a welcome home with no name. No one's getting credit for this. No one wants credit, which I love. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with this. Everything's coming up Millhouse West Coast IPA. Let's get after it a little bit, right? So, ooh, not an NA beer. What percent is this? 6.5. 6.5, big boy. Little hair of the dog going. Oh, man. Okay, so I would say when it comes to Miami, it's a pretty easy race track to get in and out of, especially if you have a brain. I was pulling out with Ryan. I know he's on here, and we're able to kind of get in and out of the track pretty easily. The town is not great when Homestead is not in Miami, but that's kind of why it's great as well, you know? So I would recommend going. It's just a cool racetrack to go to. I'll say this, the race was more exciting than the broadcast. Someone's hungover. The bar, yeah. I mean, we had a good little. Everyone should go to Miami. I don't know. Go to every racetrack, any racetrack that you think is great. You should go support the racetrack. That's why I go to Miami. Is if we could single-handedly bring up the ticket sales for of course, we're not really helping ticket sales, but if we could bring up ticket sales single-handedly to get them 2 races, that would be awesome. So Texas Motor Speedway, that is the last place I want to go. I actually want to ban Texas. Yeah, I want to see Dover as well. Anyway, let's get going here. Hey, happy race day. I think we have a dry racetrack. I'm handicapping a dry race. I'm not going to handicap the moist drivers. Cheers. Taking a pull. Nothing like a hoppy IPA at 10:04 in the morning. But here we are. Let's see here. It's looking like it's going to be dry. All right. Well, Chris Bell did not look that good in practice. Decent on the short run. I don't think he liked his car. He went in and pitted, came out, was not that much better, and then pulled it. And to be honest, he was by far the best of the Group A or the first group. I did fade Bell in one matchup. I think Superbook almost opened. I don't know where. Someone opened a -125. on Chase over Bell, and I took that. So when does Bell look good? Sometimes he does, but you're right, Nigel. You're right. He doesn't always look good in practice. I don't think he's great here. Let's think about, if you go rewind to last year. I want to make this point. I think it's really important. If you go back to last year, he was racing to get into the Final Four. He had dominated on short tracks all year long. And this guy could not get there. I think this is not a typical short track. You know, we're not at Loudon. We're not at Phoenix. Martinsville is a completely different animal. And I think that Bell's going to struggle today. I got to say it. I think Bell's going to struggle. Hang on, Todd. Come on, Todd. I know you're watching. Message me with something important. Okay. This is Bell's worst short track. I agree. So we're all on the same page. You want to fade Bell, but don't have the stones. Jason, I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to fade Bell, it better be with a top tier guy. You better not limp in with like I don't even know, like a Bell. I'm just making it. Don't limp in with like a Bell Reddick matchup and think that Reddick's going to beat Bell. It's important to Todd. Yeah, fall off a touchy subject. What did Big Ross say? Come on. Yeah, I didn't like his car. Okay, cool. Okay, let me get back in the groove here. Taking a pull. Okay, Chase Elliott. I thought Chase was really good. Good on the short run. A little better on the long run. Like this car, and he's really good here. And I got asked a question earlier today. You know, am I using Martinsville from last year, or am I using Bowman Gray? I thought, well, I don't like using playoff cutoff races as a barometer, especially a place like Martinsville. And I also don't like using Bowman Gray. But if you use both of those, you still have to like Chase Elliott. And I still think an 8-to-1 price is good for a guy that this is arguably his best track. Is there a track that's better for Chase Elliott? I think this is the best one. So, Chase is plus 450 on DK. Whoa. Okay. I didn't realize that Chase got hit across the board. Got an Oak Hill Polo on. Yeah. Wow. That's an incredible pull, William. Way to go. Yeah, I guess where is the best Chase price now? Are we all in search of this? I did not play Chase, but yet. Oh, man. DK was 8.5. Damn. Okay, well, I think Chase is going to be good. But you know, I think there's other guys that could be better in the long run. Okay. 750 on FanDuel. That sucks because Bet365 has 7. Okay. Damn. Where does Bovada have? How about this for great podcasting? Chase is 7 on Bovada. Damn. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Rivers and 7, local 7. Be naked on him. Prefer Hamlin anyways. Okay. Well, moving on. Alex Bowman. Well, he didn't look that good in practice. I think he had a lot of fall off. He was in Group 2. He was clearly the 4th best Hendrick car. But then again, can you fade Alex Bowman when he has track position? This guy is. Look at last week. I thought he was going to win the race, and he was terrible in practice. He even said I thought he was going to cry in his press conference after practice. Like, oh man, I saw the lap times late in the run, and we were not there. And then the guy's leading the race with 20 to go. And I was talking with Derek Yoder earlier this week. I consider Alex Bowman clutch, and then he just hits the wall. But there's at Homestead, we're talking. But there's a big difference between being clutch and Kyle Larson has run you down from 5 seconds back and is half a second a lap faster. That has to be the most terrifying thing ever for a driver. If it was anyone else, let's just say it's the 23s making a run, coming back at you. You'd be okay. You'd be okay with Bubba Wallace running you down a little bit. Okay, he's got to pass me. It's a big difference when it's Kyle Larson to Homestead. It's not even close. And I can't imagine. I mean, he was pissing down his leg for sure. And then he just hit the wall. But I consider Alex Bowman clutch. And anytime you're in the top 4 or 5 here, late race restart, I don't know. I like Bowman. I some people call him a hack. I call him clutch. Kyle Larson, more fall off. Very typical Kyle Larson here. Lots of fall off. If Wormy with 15. We're all thinking about Wormy with 15. Oh, are you? That's great. That's nice. That's nice to hear. You're all thinking about me with 15 to go. I'm not quite sure where Larson's going to fall here. He qualified well. He doesn't run that well here. He's when he won, it was on strategy. He had the freshest tires. I have nothing on nor against him. I guess I played a little Blaney over him pre-week, pre-practice and qualifying. That number's gone. I would not play that now. I thought that Blaney qualifying anywhere in the top 10, he's a heavy favorite. Chris Buescher. Well, I don't know if Brian Murphy is listening, but Chris Buescher did not look that good. Short run or long run. I'm not a Buescher guy today. I'm just not. If it'd be hard, you'd have to take a big price for me to get interested in Chris Buescher. And I just, is Denny? Did I skip Denny? I thought Denny was. Why is that like that? Am I looking at the wrong sheet here? I thought Denny Hamlin was really good. I thought Denny was great. Here's the thing. This is like this is the closest to the front I feel like Denny started in a while. And yeah, okay. God, don't scare me like that. I feel like my sheet was wrong here. Yeah, Denny is 6th. Okay, can Denny win? I think Denny can win. Okay, if anything, I like fading Buescher. There's no scenario where I like betting on him. Denny Hamlin. I agree, LT. Denny with track position is very dangerous. Very dangerous. We saw long runs in practice. What did we see? Blaney ran, 65 laps-ish. What happens lap 80? I think Denny Hamlin is going to be really good. Also, in practice, he said, over his radio, I know what I have. This is enough. Elliott over Bell, Logano, Briscoe, 2-1. I just don't like that 2-1 price, Mac. I think that's too short. Bet365 has a Cindric Buescher matchup. Man, I think Cindric would have to. Oh boy. Yeah. All right, Todd, I'll get back to you on that. That could be a potential play. I like Hamlin. I played him at 8. I don't know. I think whoever said earlier, Denny with track position here is dangerous. I think that. Logano. He's got a race better than he practiced, in my opinion. He's just good here. He's going to hang around all day with no threat to win. I would put him in kind of the Alex Bowman be around. Tire wear Hamlin, completely agree. Denny seemed to like what he had. I also agree. I just think that for the first time, Denny's going to be up there all day long versus driving up there. It's one thing to use up your stuff to get there. It's another thing to kind of, if he's starting 5th, let's just say he gets to 4th or 3rd. And then you have to beat Denny on the long run, and he hasn't used up any of his stuff, and he's already in 3rd. So, can we talk about the weather? Oh, I don't want to talk about the weather. I want it to be sunny. Yeah, I wouldn't fade Logano. Usually, if you're not sure if you should make a bet, the answer is no. You probably shouldn't. Okay, Bubba. I like Bubba. I think he's going to be good here. I think he'll be good today. And I like him. And if you have him top 10, top 5 to win, I like all of those scenarios for Bubba. I think he's running good. I do think, I know this sounds crazy, but having a kid maybe mentally is good for him. I think his biggest issue in his career right now is his mentality, is the 6 inches between his ears. He puts so much pressure on himself. The guy's got a ton of talent. I don't care. You can hate on him if you want. I do not care. I just look at things objectively. I think Bubba Wallace is a fast car today, and I think he's talented at this racetrack. If you want to play him to win, top 5, top 10, you want to play him in matchups, go ahead. I think that this is a place where you can play him. Bubba over Bowman, man. See, that's I say stuff, and then I have intelligent people say Bubba over Bowman, and I'm like, I would never play that. Have my results gotten better since becoming a dad? I have had, in the last 4 weeks, I have had my 2 worst races in 2 years and my 2 best races in 2 years. So I don't know. I did not think having a child would create a higher beta for my gambling. I did not see that coming. I will say this: it's way harder to gamble when you have a family. This job has gotten, I don't know if you can see the bags under my eyes. It's way harder when you have, like, it's just harder. The losses are worse, and you're already, everyone should know this, but you operate at most people are going to be more upset, like, at losing $100 than they are happy for making 100. If that's the case and you win 55 or 60% of the time, you're still going to operate at like an emotional deficit. So this job just got way harder with a kid. That's all. Bubba, I love him. Tyler Reddick, I think he's going to be bad. I don't care. I don't even care how Reddick looked in practice. I don't care how he looked in practice. I mean, it was a good qualifying effort. If you're going to do anything with Reddick, you have to fade him. Can we get Brian Twining in here? Like, he's the Tyler Reddick lover. Like, what would you do? Reddick stinks here and he knows it. Yeah. I think he's got to be happy with his qualifying. I feel like he's going to have both hands on the wheel just trying to hang on to track position. Bubba, Blaney, Hamlin. Ooh, I don't hate that. Winner of stage 1 wins the race. I don't like that, Nate, because I think that there's a chance that Bell wins stage 1, and I don't think he's going to win the race. However, if Chase gets by him, now you're getting Chase at 8.5 to 1, which is the best price. Not a Tyler Reddick guy. William Byron, normally he looks better here. I thought he had a lot of fall off. He was in Group 2, a lot of fall off, made some changes, and then I think they got it a little better. Again, Byron seems to be like the 3rd best car every week, or 4th best car every week if there's mayhem. Like, I think that if Byron was in the Xfinity race, I feel like he wins. Like, who comes out smelling like a rose when there's chaos? It's usually Byron. But he had a lot of fall off. I'd agree. I think the changes did help, though. I do think, yeah, the 12 to 1 price is hard to pass on. I still think you'll get a better one live. I still think you'll get a better price live. Chase Briscoe, I don't know. Is he going to show up? Ooh, Big Ross faded Byron today. Okay. I don't know that I'd fade Byron. I ultimately, I do not like a lot in this race. I feel like times are so tight. This is as tight as I've seen the field at a track in a long time. So, I don't know. Chase, this is one of his better tracks. It's actually a bad qualifying for him to qualify there. It's actually a bad qualifying. So, do I see him driving to the front? No. But yeah, Ross. So I think Ross summed this up perfectly. Do I think Chase Briscoe is going to drive to the front? No. Do I think he'll be there at the end? Yeah, probably. I think there'll be 2 or 3 cars better than him, but he'll be around. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch? I don't know. You tell me. Are we going to see the Kyle Busch where he's a lap down pretty quick, bitching and out of the race? Or are we going to see someone that's competitive? I don't know with him anymore. I have no idea. If someone has feel free in the comments. Let me know if you haven't anything on Kyle Busch that could help either way. I just, who's using the 14 setup from last year? Yeah. I don't know. I know Brian played him in a matchup over Kez. Okay. I honestly, if I don't have an opinion on Kyle Busch, how can I not like a bet? Especially when it's someone like Keselowski, who I also have a hard time reading. Ty Gibbs. Well, Ty, is everyone paying the Ty tax again? Everyone paying the Ty tax? Who's paying the Ty tax? Come on. There's got to be a few people out there. How can he look so good? How can he look so good? He looked great last week, too. He was terrible. Jacob, he's in. Finally got some reception. I know he's at Circa. I can't believe Benson doesn't have this on a big screen right now. Taxation is theft. Yeah. I don't know. Based on his practice, Ty is a top 3 car. Yes. Do we trust him? No, I don't think so. Oh, man. Like, what happens when Ty takes the lead today? He's a practice hero. Remember gym class heroes? would make. Yeah. I Connor, that's a good point. He's a practice hero. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Top 3 car in practice last week. Oh, I know, Connor. He cost me a lot of money. What does that mean to all Toyota or JGR? Great question, Cygnus. Does that make you like Denny more? Like, would Denny have looked a lot better if he was in that first group? William McNeil says Golf Channel Warriors, we say in the PGA space. William, do you work in the PGA space? I think I like what Cygnus had to say. Do you think Ty Gibbs is going to be better than Denny Hamlin? Like, let's see a show of hands that think that. Or am I just trying to talk myself into it? If this is biased, I want you guys to call me out here. Because I do have Denny Hamlin at 8-1. If Denny was in the first group, would he have looked a lot better? Like, was Group A or the first group, are they way better? I mean, I just take Gibbs. Yeah, the cars are all so close. Okay. All right. So apparently I asked a really stupid question. So, if Denny was in Group 1, would he have been faster? Would he have looked like Ty Gibbs? Group A was better overall. Yeah, no, I'm aware that they were a little bit better overall. They just qualified way worse with the exception of Bell. Clean track with no rubber buildup. Okay, yeah. I mean, okay, so how do you think that was there anyone in Group A that was good then, or the first group? Track conditions plus cautions. Was there anyone that was good in the first group then? I mean, who was good? How do you justify anyone that was good in the first group? You have to compare everyone within the group, and Ty Gibbs was better than Bell, Busch, Hunter, Nemechek, probably the same as Chastain, a little bit better than Custer, better than Grayson, Gillen, Suarez, Brad K, Ty Dillon, Carson Osbar. Probably not better than Blaney, SVG. But yeah. All right, I'm moving on from Ty Gibbs. I don't even know what the hell I'm saying anymore. I think Denny Hamlin's going to be good. Josh Berry. I wish he didn't win Las Vegas with a slow race car. So I don't know how to handicap him anymore. Like when you see someone win with someone that, when you see a driver win that looks really bad in practice, you all of a sudden you have this thing in your mind that's like, okay, he's the opposite of a Ty Gibbs. I don't know. I think Josh Berry is going to be good. I don't see him driving through the field. He's going to have to steal track position, in my opinion. I do not see him. I don't see 60 laps in. I do not see Clint Boyer saying something stupid and then Kevin Harvick saying, well, Josh Berry's up 5 spots. I mean, who the hell is he going to pass? Ooh, Berry over Reddick. Okay, I don't like that. Or I mean, I do like that. I don't mind that. Yeah. I like Berry. I don't have anything on or against him. Michael McDowell, I thought he would look better, but he's also a hard guy to pass. Jeez, I'm already 26 minutes in. I'm screwing around here. John Hunter, what a good qualifying. I think he's going to be slow. Austin Dillon. I don't think Austin Dillon's going to be that good. It's hard for me to back him. I think he's better at Homestead than he is here. He didn't finish in the top 10 at Homestead. A little bit of fall off. If anything, you're fading him. Zane Smith, I don't know. I'm very opinionless on Austin Dillon, Zane Smith, Austin Dillon, Zane Smith, and Austin Cindric. I skipped Chastain. Oh, I did. I think Chastain's going to be really good. Am I wrong to think that? I like Chastain. I'm not sure, like track history wise, if I love Chastain, but he looked good in practice. Watermelon got no speed. I like the one today as well, Big Ross. Austin Dillon. Okay, so I'm on Chastain. How do you bet Ross? Good question. What's the best top 10 price out there on Ross? I do trust Watermelon in a bumper car. Yeah, plus Patrick says he's plus 150 top 10. Practice says he's a top 10 car. We'll go over the top 10 here in a minute, but Ross is also a very difficult guy to handicap, in my opinion. When he looks good, he could disappear. Like I wouldn't be shocked if he just stayed in 17th all day. All right. Austin Dillon, Zane Smith, Austin Cindric. Nah. Ryan Preece. For some strange reason, I like Ryan Preece today. I saw a tweet from Hot Guy Pod, which I rarely agree with him, but I thought he was right. That Preece was probably going to be on the pole if he didn't blow the corner. And he's also a guy that I do not care how he practices. Blaney plus 525. Now it's circa. I like Preece today. That's all I can say, really. I don't want to sit here and say that he looked best in practice because that's not what I saw. But I did see someone that in qualifying had the potential to be good. And I think that if he ever got track position, he'd be really hard to pass. I have a tiny bit of Preece. Not a couch bet. That's a whole other story. Cole Custer. Well, he was in Group A and he looked great. I don't know what else to say about Cole Custer. Does anybody have 10-1 on him top 10? I feel like you got to play that, right? Yeah, he had it. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree that he had a decent practice relative to what we're used to seeing out of him. That's Ryan Preece. Cole Custer looked phenomenal. Phenomenal. I don't know how you play him. Is Cole Custer going to win today? I certainly don't think so. Can he get to the top 10? Yeah. Could he also finish a lap down? Yeah. Blake Brewer, Gillen, top 10, 10-1 last night. Pit crew is a concern for Custer. Good point. Racing wrestling fan. Custer top 4. Yeah, I know some sharp guys that were on that. What is it, like 60 or something like that? We'll get to Custer top 4. Drunk as Hall. Bring this up when I get to the end. Okay, bring that up when I get to the end. AJ Allmendinger, typically good here in my opinion. Road course racers, heavy braking. Allmendinger good, not good last night. Not good in practice. I don't think Allmendinger has the same run that he had last week. Noah Gragson, again, another guy that I thought is typically solid here. Didn't show me much. He was in Group A, had way more fall off than a lot of the other guys. Pitted. I guess he got it slightly better. I don't know. Gilliland, I know this is a good track for him. Gosh, 10-1, top 10. I think he needs to get lucky. Daniel Suarez, also not that good. Brad Keselowski, I did like how he ran it out. Patrick Duffy says, Galeeve. Oh, okay. So Patrick Duffy, I'm guessing you're the 90s PD guy, because that was a pretty funny thing. That was funny. I laughed. He's a Galeever. That's what Gilliland fans say. I didn't know that anymore. Okay. Ross is 45-1. Where is Ross 45-1? Jay Cack, I haven't seen you on here before, but I love what you're contributing. You need to be here every week. 45-1, Ross. Jeez. Do I think Ross is going to drive through the field? Absolutely not. If he somehow steals track position, I don't see anyone passing him. Like, what more do you want out of a guy that's, starting, deeper in the field? He's also a guy that could disappear. But at 45-1, Gilly's minus 105 versus SVG. Oh, Gibbs's top 10 is plus 225 at Hard Rock. What in the hell is going on here? Wyatt says Ross is mid here unless he wall rides. Okay, let's not get too caught up here on Todd Gilliland. What's not anymore? Oh, Gilliland. Oh, it's not anymore. Okay. Ross says that Ross will be the first guy to get up. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that he'll be the first to try to get off sequence. Him and Brad K or Joey Logano. Those are typically the guys that like to steal track position, and they give themselves a chance to kind of get out front. And they hold on to track position pretty well. Ty Dillon, I'm not going to talk about. Carson Hocevar. I thought Carson Hocevar looked good. And he makes passes and he has speed. That is the one thing you love or hate Carson Hocevar, his driving style. He has speed and he makes passes. I love that. There are so many guys that once they qualify deep in the field, their days are over. And I would say even William Byron, I'm not saying Carson Hocevar is better than William Byron. I don't want that tweet to come out there. I'm sure that Ryan's going to post Chris Wormy says that William Byron is not as good as Carson Hocevar. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Carson Hocevar will make quick work of Ty Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Todd Gillen, Noah Gragson, AJ Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, Zane Smith, Austin Dillon. He will find the front. If he doesn't, you'll know he's not there. Drake, is Hocevar the next Jimmy Johnson? Touche. That is a great. Well done. Well done. Yeah. 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 I think that the 24, Byron should be gone. Yeah. Oh, man. I like Hocevar. I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 10 damn years. I like Hocevar. Hocevar or Gregson? Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, so as I say that, I don't like him in an even money matchup. I like him in some sort of plus payout, like a top 10, um, or even a top 5. I don't think he gets there, but I don't like. Does that make sense? I think that the upside is really high, but I also think the downside is also really high. Hocevar top 10 plus 350. If you're gonna play Hocevar, I think you have to play that top 10 price. It's his pit stall next to Gibbs. Okay. Justin Haley. Ooh. I mean, cashed a big boy for us last week, but not good this week. Ryan Blaney. Oh, Ryan. I don't know. Ross stage 2 winner, 45 or Suarez 65. Oh, I mean, it's not even close. You would take you take Ross at 45 over Suarez at 65. I don't know. What do we think about Blaney? What do you guys think? What in the hell did he do in qualifying? Okay, LT. You asked if you should cash out your Blaney outright. If you're going to be watching the race and you're able to live bet, yes, you cash that out. Kevin brings up a good point. Will Blaney be as aggressive as he was last fall moving guys? Probably not this early in the year, is what he says. That's a good point. Is he going to blow an engine? Max says he can't trust him with his money. Blaney going to get stuck in the back. How does he drive through the field with any type of damage? Well, this isn't the Xfinity Series. I think you can do that. Big Ross can't wrap his head around the qualifying. Yeah, and and NASCAR guy 1982 says, I don't like he's back with the squirrels. I don't think he should be the favorite. Corey brings up another. He could try too hard. And he does get impatient. I agree. He get into the teens by the end of stage 1. Yeah, he can get in the teens. He took Larson against him at plus money. Yeah. Here's the thing about being back with the squirrels at Martinsville. You can probably be okay. Yes, Connor hit the nail on the head. Blaney will be good, but he's way overvalued. I can't get behind a 5-1 price or even 525. Like it's hard enough to win with the best car in the sport. Just in general. Like if you were to just say like, okay, I'm going to give you the best car at 5-1 every week. I mean, they probably win 1 out of 5 races. Don't they? Am I wrong? Okay, let's look back at I don't care about the best car. I mean, I would say SVG was SVG the best at COTA? I don't know that Bell was. He was good. I think SVG was probably the best. Phoenix, I think Bell was the best. You could argue Blaney, but I'm going to sit here and say that Bell was the best. Las Vegas, the best car did not win. Blaney was the best car. He wins by 10 seconds. I don't care. I'd argue anyone, debate them publicly. This was not close. And if it wasn't Blaney, who was the best car at COTA then? Big Ross says no, SVG wasn't the best car at COTA. Was Bell? Okay, maybe it was Bell. Blaney was the best car the last 2 weeks, and it wasn't even close, and he still didn't win. So I would say 5-1 on the best car is probably accurate. The second best car last week won. Here's what I'll say about this. There was no one better than, okay, maybe Kyle Busch at Coda. Okay, fair enough. But that's still the same point. The point is, it's hard enough to win with the best car. I mean, okay, Kyle Busch, Coda. All right, guys, I got you. I'm with you. I don't know that I necessarily agree, but it doesn't matter. The top 5, like if you're 5-1, even the best car, that is hard to win, and you're starting deep in the field. I don't like it. I have played nothing on Blaney. I mean, I played him over Larson early in the week. I thought that was gonna be better. Connor, another great point. Despite Blaney's 2 wins at Martinsville, he has also been way better in the fall than the spring race. Agreed. He's been way more dominant at Homestead. I don't know about that. I think here's what I'll say about Blaney at Homestead versus Martinsville. Yeah, Tim Scott says wait until live bet Blaney. Of course, that's the play. There have been other drivers that have been as good at times during the race as Blaney at Homestead. In the fall race, there has been no one that has passed Ryan Blaney. No one at Martinsville. Not one time did Ryan Blaney get passed under green last year. Not one time. He is way better here at Martinsville. Now, does he get out there and lead laps? No, it takes him a long time to get going, but he does not get passed. He's been passed in the past at Homestead. SVG, I mean, he better get better. Ricky Stenhouse, also bad. Riley Herbst, Riley Herbst, not that good. Cody Ware, Casey Mears, and Burt Myers. Okay. All right. Questions. Whew. Dude, drinking this in the morning is real tough. Yeah. Big Ross says you can bet Blaney if you want here, but you're not getting any value. I'd agree. Wait, what happens if Blaney were to pull it? What would his odds be? 2? Are we wasting money on Briscoe at 18-1? Probably. Probably. Yep. Tires are okay. Yeah. Tires from the spring or from the fall, not the spring. Agreed. Top 2 drivers from each manufacturer. Okay. Toyota. Oh, God. Are you really going to make me say Ty Gibbs? Damn you. Toyota, Denny, and Ty. Oh, that was hard to say. Oh, it hurt. Chevy, Chase, and well, you know what? I'm going to say Toyota. I'm going to say Bubba and Hamlin. Chevy, Chase, and I don't know. Who's the next best Chevy? Big Ross, help me. Who's the next best Chevy? I mean, it looks kind of like Ross. It's probably going to end up being Kyle Larson. But I think the best value is on Ross Chastain. That's what I think. Hamlin, Bubba, exactly. 50-1. Say Larson. Oh, yeah. I know. Everyone hates that I say Larson. Well, the week he's not fast, I won't say Larson. I didn't say Larson this week. I'm not picking Larson. Everyone gives me a hard time about picking Larson. Sorry, he's fast every week, except for this week. I don't think he wins. Of course, he probably will now. And by the way, I was right last week. And then Ford. I mean, the fastest is Ryan Blaney. Next fastest Ford. I mean, Ryan Blaney's the fastest. I don't know. You got to say Logano, probably. I mean, I think Priest has the most upside. Maybe Barry. Yeah. Whispering Ryan Priest. I think Priest has the most upside. That was a stupid question. Too hard. I want easier questions. All right, top 10. Do I just skip Chris Bell? Let's start by skipping Chris Bell. Your pick 3 should be Blaney, Hamlin, Elliott, or do I add Chastain and Wallace over any of them? I don't know what you mean by pick 3. I don't know what you mean by pick 3. Stage 1's tough. Yeah, go fast, Troy. Dick. All right, I'm going to skip Chris Bell, top 10. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace. Oh boy, we're running out of guys. Jeez. William Byron, Chase Briscoe. Oh my God. I can't be. I don't know the top 10. I could say I could give you 10. You guys want 20 guys in the top 10? Yeah, Custer, Bowman. Oh man. This is the hardest pre-race poll I've ever had, and I knew it after seeing practice and qualifying. I knew that this was going to be impossible. All right, I'm going to try to grind through a top 10, but I'm not making any promises. I think that this might be the worst top 10 because I like Priest top 10. I like Custer top 10. I think Blaney gets there. But I've already picked like 8 guys. Okay, I'm going to get way more lean. Let's try it. I don't know that I can do this. I mean, I'm stressing out here. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain, Ryan Priest, Cole Custer, Ryan Blaney, and Kyle Larson. I didn't say Logano. I'm not saying Hocevar. That's going to go down as one of the hardest things I've ever done. I could get crucified for that. Like that might be the worst top 10 I've ever given or the best. It certainly won't be like, oh, that was a normal top 10. Whatever. Yeah. Auto. Yeah. Plus 43,748 with DK. Good luck, everybody. That was good, Otto. That was really good. Oh, you want to talk about the Xfinity race? I mean, what do you want to say? I ventured out. Oh man. Someone kind of compared Almirola squeezing Bowman to the end of the Xfinity race, and man, people hated me for just saying like they're not the same. I mean, I got called names. My little fragile ego was hurt. No, that's not true. This ego is impenetrable. Like I wish I could just publicly debate anyone that I disagree with on Twitter. Yeah, I'll read. Let's see. Okay, so what did this guy say? Let's see. What did he say? Oops. Oh, he blocked me. So this guy, I said, so you think Eric's move on Bowman at Phoenix was the same as Smith's move on Gray at Martinsville? And I was just trying to clarify with Ross Crashtain. Just trying to figure that out. And he says, doesn't have to be the same, you fucking moron. It's the fact it looks okay to wreck someone for a win. It's a fucking joke, just like IR as a human. IR as a human. And I said, ha ha ha. That's why I asked for clarification. Chill. Also, proofread your tweets. And then he says, gonna cry about it, pussy. What? And then he blocked me. Like I don't know. Like that was people are mad at me for that. I get the tweet got a lot of likes, but like the people are mad. It doesn't have to be the same, you fucking moron. Moron seems aggressive. The fact he makes it look okay to wreck someone for. Did he wreck Bowman? Because I'm fairly certain Bowman finished second. It's a fucking joke, just like I are as a human. Yeah, I know. That's incredible. Oh man, I just appreciate this like group of people that I interact with on Twitter because it's like actually helpful. Like if I'm wrong, absolutely call me out. His ad is should I really give it out? JROT 4488. JROT 4488. He's got 36 followers. He blocked me though. I'm devastated. I don't know that I'll recover. Yeah, best pre-race poll ever. I don't know that it's helpful though. Yeah, that's not sure about it. Yeah. Who wins? All right, who wins? I think that this race comes down to Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. I would say that, yeah, make sure you hit the like button on this podcast or whatever. I still haven't monetized YouTube. I have enough viewers. I just don't have enough subscribers. So you have to subscribe for me to get paid. Yeah, I'm doxing people. Yeah, exactly. What percentage are you taking seriously in practice up until the actual race? What does that mean? I don't know what you. Feduni. I don't know what you mean. Okay, so here's what I'll say. Well, I don't care. The 36 follower guy. Like, I'm not. I just thought it was funny. Here's what I'll say. I think that this race comes down to Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Now, if Ryan Blaney gets up there, yeah, he'll be in the mix. Absolutely. But I just think it's going to be so hard. That pit position, that stall is going to be a bitch all day long. He's going to have lead lap guys in front of him and pitting behind him. It's going to be a difficult entry and exit off of pit road. I think that this comes down to Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. If I had to look at outside shot guys, I think that there's I know that Byron didn't practice well, but I just feel like he's going to be there. I know that Larson didn't practice that well, but I feel like he's going to be there. Do I say if Ty Gibbs gets to the lead? I don't think he's going to get there. I think Chase. So here's what I'll say. I think it's Chase and Denny are kind of going to be the best. Then you look at like kind of the next group of guys. I think you put Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain, kind of in that next group. And then, I wonder about the guys like Ryan Preece, Josh Berry. Are those guys going to come to the front? Is Chase Briscoe going to be the guy that actually starts kind of going to the front? I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a very difficult race. I would be lying if I said that you should be betting a lot on this. I think that this is as tight as it's been at a track in a while. I think passing is going to be impossible. Yeah, Custer's going to be good. I think Custer's going to be good. Yeah, so that's another question that I like to ask. Okay, who's going to win? Who do we bet on? The best car? Second best car? Third best car? Fourth best car? Or fifth best car? Who are you betting on? I don't know. Lately, it hasn't been the best car. Wet tires, massive advantage for Chris Bell, massive advantage for Chase Briscoe, advantage for Josh Berry. Who else is really good in the rain? I mean, I'm sure someone on here knows, but I think that those three guys are kind of the best in the rain. Nigel, you bet Denny and Blaney this week? Perfect. You have to have some Chase and Denny exposure in your card. I think that too. Cherry pick live numbers late in stage 3. There you go. All right, so this comes down to Chase and Hamlin. I think Denny's better than Chase in the long run. I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin. I think I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin. Not SVG. Patrick, you made a funny someone write down my top 10 and then see how many I get right. I might get none. The possibility of getting none. I think Denny wins. Now, remember, I do have Denny, and I have not bet Chase Elliott yet. But Denny was slightly better. I mean, like half a tenth better late in a run than Chase Elliott. And here's the next thing is who's going to be better after 60 laps? I think Denny will be better after 60 laps. So, Pacris picked Denny too. Okay. Denny let Elliott go by at Bowman Gray. Won't let that happen this time. Would you wait on the 9 live? I think you're going to have to take the 9 pre-race. Oh, SVG in the rain, Patrick says. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Who wins stage 1? Oh, man. I've had this conversation once already today, and I don't know that I'm smart enough to answer it. Based on price or just who wins? I think Chase Elliott wins, but I don't like him at plus 350 because I think Chris Bell could kind of check out. Chase is also going to be starting outside of row 1. If Bowman and Larson don't let him in, he could fall back to 5th. Yeah, Tim. So I thought Chase wins stage 1 kind of easily, but someone brought it to my attention, and this is not a stupid person. It was like, hey, if Alex or Larson, or excuse me, so it would be Bowman or Buescher. If Bowman or Buescher don't let Chase in, it's going to be almost impossible for him to get up there for the win, I think, right? Yeah, he could get caught on the outside. He's going to have to get down. Now, if he does get down, don't give me credit for this. This was someone else that brought this up. Like that, I'm not betting stage 1. But they had a really strong argument against Chase, and I thought that was a great explanation. But if Chase does get down, I think he passes Bell rather quickly. Denny stage 1 got slammed during the show. That couldn't have been from me. That couldn't have been from here. Denny inside row 3. Oh gosh, I mean that could be. That's the thing. Does Bowman do a teammate restart? Custer over Gillen has to be a multi-unit play at -120. LT, where is that? I know Gallivers are gonna hate this, but I love Custer over Gilliland. Is that on screen? Same for Byron too. You're gonna have Logano, Bubba ahead. Yeah. Let's see here. This is Gilly's best track, though. It's also probably Custer's. Yeah. Gilliland versus Custer, P29 going to be a movie. Bet Online has it. So if Bet Online has it, it's probably an on-screen matchup. I know that Patrick Duffy is a Galiever, but I think Custer is way better than him. Knowles Nick took both over SVG. Okay, so it's an on-screen matchup. Okay. I haven't really looked at those. I think that times are so tight. It's very jump the shark. Yeah, that's true. Like the cat is on the roof. We don't actually know what's going to happen. I'm getting messages here. Let's just see if there's money to be made. Oh. Barry is even to give stage 1 basically depends on getting the bottom. Yeah, that's why I shouldn't bet it. Who's got the better pit crew? Ooh, good question. Who does have the better pit crew? The 41 or Gillen's? I mean, it cannot be Custer, can it? I hammer. Oh God, my phone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna take that, Jacob. Who said something funny here? I hammered Custard top 10 to soften this segment's blow. Yeah. Blaney stage 1 is 7-1. That is trash. That is trash. Yeah. Okay. Well, any other questions? Gillen's pick crew isn't winning anymore. I trust Patrick Duffy's read on David Gilliland because he's. Oh yeah, no shit. That's a great point, H. Too bad we can't get Denny versus Blaney stage 1 -115. Oh my gosh, I would absolutely pound that. Hot guy Gillen is better than Ware's Dunkin' Donuts crew. Yeah. Almost gone. We're at an hour and 4 minutes. Do we got to shorten this? Do we need to make this short? Do we like this shorter or the longer versions of this? I just, quite frankly, like hanging out, and I do this for myself. So, what's your wager? I don't even know what I've never even heard of that. Like the longer show? Gibbs over Busher for plus money? Yes. I hate that I'm betting on Gibbs, though. Extra long run pod. Oh, yeah. I need the hotel to call me. Which Masters future are parlaying with Hamlin? I'm very biased, but Ludwig. Live watch along? Yeah, I've thought about that. Do my own broadcast. Yeah. I'm very biased. Like you know, very biased. Still can't trust Gibbs until I see it. I agree. I do think that Bell was bad. Yeah. You requested Ed Jones versus Karam. Wow, really? Weird question. Do any betting? Yeah, you can bet on the LPGA. You will be big on Colin. William, did you say what you did for the PGA Tour, or are you just a PGA Tour fan, golf fan? I tried to tell NASCAR that the crossover between NASCAR and golf is huge, like almost the same fans. And with the All-Star race and the PGA Championship in Charlotte, which I'll be at, I thought would be do something like if I think that'd be great. Longer show, more beer. The thing is we have 633 people that have popped in. Golf is not boring. I disagree wholeheartedly. Oh, this is Ian. I actually thought you were someone important. Played around Thursday, no phone. Great. Well, yeah, I agree. Wilkesboro. I'm not going to go to North Wilkesboro. I'm just going to go to the PGA on Sunday. A live race show with me? Yeah. Should I just like set up the camera and just talk during the race? I've thought about it. You hear my son crying in the background? Yep. Sounds like Ty Gibbs. No Elite Eight sides today. Well, I'm sure I can find someone that has something. Hold, please, if you want an Elite Eight side. Golf markets. I still think golf markets are a beautiful thing. Go balls. Let's see. Let's see. Houston -3 and Tennessee under 125.5. There you go. Traveling the kid sucks. But he was great. It just sucks. You have so much stuff. Yeah. You lost Brandon Jones top 10 yesterday. Oh my gosh. That is brutal. That is brutal. All right. I got another swig or two left here. Oh, I'm going to be hammered after that beer. No. Let me be very clear. I do not care about anybody's basketball bets. Lost Smith over Mayer and Hill. And I gotta say, I am not an Austin Hill fan. If he didn't just that, I feel like Austin Hill thinks he can just get away with murder because he just could beat the shit out of everybody. Do a show while playing Edward 40 hands. Could you imagine if your life was just getting drunk and talking about NASCAR? Like that's my life goal. Like if I could just like drink and talk about NASCAR, which I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. If I could get paid for it somehow, that'd be fantastic. You're an Austin Hill fan. Yeah, I'm not saying what Sammy Smith did was right at all. Austin Hill is a Denny Hamlin. No. Austin Hill and Denny are not the same. Yeah, I get paid in the form of winning bets, but there's something about the ups and downs of a gambler are tough. Oh man. Yeah, I think Wapple would have been great. I thought he was really good. Thought he was really good. Any questions about the cup race? I got to get out of here. It's 11:10. Hammered after one beer. Or are they both villains? Oh, yeah, I guess playing like the heel. I don't think that Austin Hill tries to play the heel. I think that's why I don't like him. I think he acts like he's just a good guy. Yeah, Canadians dropping off beers. Good thing. Yeah, enjoy the race, everybody. Last swig. Yeah, I agree. All right, well, good luck, everyone. Missed the top. JK with just a absolute dick comment saying, I missed the top. I honestly couldn't even tell you who the top 10 is. So someone's gonna have to go and list it like on Twitter or something because I have no clue who I listed. I honestly don't know. So that goes to show you how confident I am in this. Other than I think it comes down to Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin racing for the win with an outside chance of Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, Josh Berry, Ross Chastain, and Ryan Preece are going to be good. I think we're like better, like they're the value guys. And then if Ryan Blaney gets there, if Ryan Blaney gets all the way to the front, this shit is over. So there you go. All right, I'm out of here. I gotta sober up. Peace.